In 1 hour, I managed to earn over 4 million. And potentially, it could have been 5 or even 6. At the same time, I never died and didn't take any risks at all. Let's start with the fact that I almost never play as a Scav. It happens extremely rarely. But it so happened that I accidentally leveled up my fan's reputation and decided to experiment. How can I make money on this? I ran 10 Scav raids. Recorded the profit. Well, how did it happen that I accidentally leveled up my fan's reputation? In reality, it's not difficult at all. They added a new location, Ground Zero, and also expanded shoreline. What does this mean? That's right, we have 2 additional car exits. If you didn't know or didn't pay attention, the first exit by car gives you 0.4 reputation. The subsequent ones gives you 0.2, then 0.1 and so on. By the way, joint exits with Scavs also give reputation. The first time is 0.25 and then less and less each time. BSG literally forced us to exit using cars. At Ground Zero, there's a straight up initial quest where you need to do just that. And on shoreline near the new territory, there's simply no other exits nearby. But there's a quest where you need to kill many bots and PMC in this area. So you'll have to exit on this damn car many times. There are quite a few cars in the game. They are on Lighthouse, on Woods, on Customs, on Streets of Tarkov, where by the way there's also a quest to exit through it, and already on the aforementioned shoreline and Ground Zero. We have a total of 7 cars. If you exit each one only once, that's already 2.8 reputation, and if twice, then 4.2. Moreover, let's not forget that on shoreline and woods the car is always there, if nobody exited on it before you, so you can use them an infinite number of times. Just farm the new territory and village on woods in parallel. Yes, they won't give you much reputation, but that's how I casually leveled up to level 6. And maybe a couple of times I used joint exit with the friendly Scavs. And what did this crown give me? What always put me off using Scav is the ridiculously small backpack. But the thing is, with the reputation leveling, decent gear started to appear much more often. And the stamina problem is easily solved by factory, because it's very small and you won't have to run a lot. But why exactly go there right away is unclear, because there's not that much loot there, and PvP in its various forms is much more prevalent. Mowgli sitting on vines, Giga chests in Altens, and even the same Tagila that is eager to use its sledgehammer for its intended purpose. So I ran 10 ways to find out if the option I came up with was any good. But let me first roughly explain to you how you should farm on the same factory. The most available and best loot is naturally in the offices. The first floor has a lot of technical crates, bags, jackets, and on the third floor there's a safe vault looting. Also, there's a healthy room in the basements. There are grenade crates, wooden and large technical ones, you can lose something there too. Also, don't forget about the medical tent, inside it medbags spawn. And not far from it, there are also good crates. There's another place where the wooden floor is near the first and second entrance to it, there are wooden crates. And inside there are jackets too. The factory is generally filled with a decent number of weapon crates, as well as wooden ones, various bags. Anyway, it's better for you to study all this on loot map in more detail. Now click the subscribe button to see even more Tarkov videos. Let's start our race. First raid. We were lucky, there are headphones, grenades, some medicine, even a large backpack. There weren't many people in the location, so I wandered around enough, went through the entire factory, filled up completely, and as a result successfully exited. I laid out the items that seemed useful to me, those that could be easily sold to a trader or put on the flea market, and it turned out, by the way, quite a lot. The total income for all raids I will announce at the end, and the remaining items I just sell them. Second, rate. We were even lucky with the backpack, we have a pilgrim. And as a starting capital, we have grenades and medicine again, and ginger and a mask and a gun, we even have headphones. In the end, again a fairly boring raid. Didn't encounter anyone. Went to the exit. Yes, I visually took out a lot, but practically I found almost no valuable items. I spent only 4 minutes in the raid. Laid out again a couple of interesting items and sold everything else for a total of 260,000. Not bad for 4 minutes, isn't it? Third raid. We were even luckier. A lab key dropped. Again, there are grenades as well as SJ6. During the raid, I even found some pretty good items. However, at the same point, someone started chasing me. Apparently, some unfriendly person sent the lab key in my ass. I'm a determined guy, so I ran to the exit. This time, I took 2 minutes 40 seconds, and even after I laid out everything valuable, I managed to sell a whole 190,000. Fourth raid. It wasn't as successful in terms of the backpack. Yes, we had headphones, we even have mustaches. And there's quite a bit of medicine, so I can confidently just go straight to the exit. But then I heard the yellow on the location and decided to play with him a bit. One of the advantages of the fence crown is that the bosses don't attack you. So I poked him with my middle fingers and went to the exit. After removing all the valuable items, the remainder sold for a whole 150,000. Also not bad. Fifth raid. We were lucky again. Although the backpack is not so capacious, but it contains a lab key as well as other goodies. And again, there are headphones, some kind of gun and a decent backpack. I didn't linger long at the location, the loot was too good. Briefly looked around, checked out various places, exited, spent 2 minutes 46 seconds. Put the valuable items in the stash and sold the rest for 100,000. Sixth raid. We got a lab key again, but it was tough with everything else. I literally checked a couple of crates, there's just nowhere to loot. I spent only 1 minute 12 seconds in the raid and sold the remnants for 100k. Seventh raid. This time, even though the backpack is larger, and for that I am thankful, there's even armor. I spent more time searching for something valuable. Again, there was no indication at all that someone wanted to kill me or that something was wrong. So I even found a couple of interesting items and went to the exit. The raid lasted 2 minutes 52 seconds. And that's even with the looting. I laid out everything interesting and sold the excess for 150k. 8th raid. Lab key again. There was already more shooting around. So I was a bit nervous and being careful, I didn't loot completely, didn't fill up completely, took what I could and ran to the exit. It only took 1 minute 42 seconds. I earned 116k from selling the excess. 9th raid. The only thing interesting was the RSP-30. Otherwise, it's just a capacious backpack, normal rig. Quiet raid. Didn't see anyone, not even a looted save, which is surprising. Spent 1 minute 43 seconds in the raid. Laid out the interesting items, sold the remainder for 118k. 10th final raid. Lab key again and a huge backpack. I didn't loot too much. Again, if you have a lab key, it's kind of scary to stay on the location longer than necessary. In 3 minutes 11 seconds, I stuffed myself with all sorts of junk, laid out the interesting items, sold the remainder for 184,000. In total, I spent 25 minutes in all ways, and the average search and loading time in the match was about 3 minutes. So all 10 runs lasted a maximum of an hour. I sold the remainder after laying out all the valuable items in the stash for 1,450,000. This figure could have been twice as much or even 3 times as much if I sold everything separately. After the raid, I keep such items for myself as 2 RSP-30, they have no price. 5 pairs of headphones, their total price is 180,000. 5 Vox, 4 F1 and 4 RGD, this is 310,000. I also took out a bit of miscellaneous junk. If everything is sold at average prices, it will come out to 786,000. Also, from the Scav itself I got 2 mustaches, 4 smoke masks, 2 cotton hats and 2 gingers. This is 267,000. 5 lab keys, that's 955,000. In the form of medicine, 2 Propital, SJ6, 2 Kalok, 2 Saleva, this is 250,000. So, in total I earned, this is 4,188,000. Although the figure could have been much higher, about 5 or 6 million, if I collected everything and sold everything separately, but I was just too lazy to do that. And so, what we have in the end is that literally every other raid spawns a lab key. The vast majority of raids come with normal gear. If you play correctly, avoiding any dangers, the chance of dying is very low overall. I wasn't shot at even once, let alone talking about any PvP. I know alternative farming methods that can be just as profitable, however they are definitely not safer. Write in the comments how you farm, and do you do it in general? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, see you next time. Good luck!